Terrorists kill soldier, abduct stepmother in Kaduna. Tinubu presides over FEC meeting, swears in 2 national population commissioners. INEC issued deadline for submission of names in Ondo government election. And on the foreign scene, death toll from South Africa building collapse rises to 23. Hello and welcome to the news update this hour. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for joining. A soldier identified as Yahya Ayuba has been reportedly killed while his stepmother was abducted at Angwenyimi village in Zangun Katef local government area of Kaduna State. A family member, Katiok Solomon, confirmed the incident on Monday. And according to him, the soldier arrived from Lagos on Sunday evening, adding that the gunman entered the house while the soldier was having a discussion with his family members at the palace. Another resident, Angelo Togwe, who also confirmed the incident, said the act has thrown the community into confusion, saying this is the 3rd time something like this has happened in the community. The Kaduna State Police Public Relations Officer ASP Maseda Hassan is yet to issue a statement on the incident. Unknown gunmen have reportedly killed 3 police officers and 1 Federal Road Safety Corps personnel in different attacks in Nsukka and Udenu local government areas in Enugu State. According to eyewitnesses, the gunmen attacked a police division Umabo Eha Alomona in the Nsukka area council on Saturday night, killing 2 policemen. In a separate attack, gunmen also killed Federal Road Safety personnel as well as a police officer attached to the traditional ruler of Egalia Mala community in Ogba, Udenu local government area, His Royal Highness Igwe Patrick Eze, also known as Igwe Waziri, the monarch, reportedly caught in the web of the attack, miraculously escaped unhurt. The gunmen also bombed an FIRC van during the carnage. Meanwhile, the police are yet to give any official statement regarding the killings, and the first killing is happening less than 24 hours after 2 police officers on duty were murdered within the state metropolis, prompting the state governor to place a 10 million naira bounty on the culprits. Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State had vowed to apprehend the assailants who killed 2 policemen on Friday with all the resources available to the state government. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu presided over the Federal Executive Council meeting at the Council Chamber of the State House, Abuja. The meeting, which commenced at around 12:50 p.m. on Monday, May 13, was being attended by all cabinet members. The meeting began with the swearing-in of 2 federal commissioners of the National Population Commission, NPC. The 2 commissioners are Fashua Johnson from Ogun State and Amidu Rahim from Osun State. The short ceremony, which entailed their citations being read and oath of allegiance being administered, was witnessed by the Vice President Kashim Shatima, the Chief of Staff to the President Femi Gbajabiamila, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation George Akume, Cabinet Ministers and other government officials. The development follows a 2-day NMPC's management retreat held in Rio, Akwa Ibom State last week. Now, the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced May 20, 2024 as deadline for political parties contesting in the forthcoming Ondo State governorship election to submit names of their candidates. The chairman of the commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, discussed this at a meeting with chairman and other leaders of the political parties at the INEC headquarters in Abuja on Monday. According to him, parties are expected to finalize and submit the names of their candidates before the 20th of May, when the portal for candidates in the forthcoming Ondo governorship election will close. The meeting is the second quarterly meeting for the year 2024, happening barely 4 months before the forthcoming governorship election in Edo State in September. The electoral umpire has already published their final list of candidates and their running mates for the election. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, the Labour Party, Julius Abure, and of the Social Democratic Party, Shehu Gambam, were some of the party chairmen in attendance. Yakubu also urged the political parties to adhere strictly to all electoral guidelines for the exercise.
To remind you that parties have 1 week to the deadline for the nomination of candidates, which the deadline is 6 p.m. on Monday, 20th May 2024, when the portal will automatically shut down. I urge you to adhere strictly to the deadline. Political parties have been given 23 days, over 3 weeks, from the end of primaries to prepare and submit the list of only 2 candidates, governorship candidate and running mate, to the commission. There will be no extension of time.
And now to Rivers State, where the House of Assembly, loyal to Governor Siminalayi Fubara, led by factional Speaker Victor Kojumbo, has invited a commissioner nominee, Danagogo Iboroma, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, for screening and confirmation as a member of the state executive. Iboroma, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, is likely to replace Professor Zacchaeus Adago, who is also a Senior Advocate of Nigeria, who recently resigned as a State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice. Professor Adago's resignation came after he rejected the deployment to the State Ministry of Special Duties, the Governor's Office, by Governor Siminalayi Fubara. His invitation was contained in a letter signed by the factional clerk, Gillis West, asking Iboroma to appear before the House on Monday by 10 a.m. The factional clerk directed Iboroma to appear at the Hallowed Chamber, Rivers State House of Assembly, Auditorium, Admin Block, Rivers State Government House, Port Harcourt. And there were signs over the weekend that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission plans to join forces with the United Kingdom prosecutors as an interested party in the trial of former Petroleum Minister Dizzani Alison Madueke in a UK court. Reports say a team from the Anti-Graft Commission is expected in London to initiate the process by filing relevant documents. According to a source privy to the information, the EFCC intends to share its findings and the Abuja High Court's forfeiture order concerning Dizzani's $2.5 million properties and vehicles with the UK court. The source said that the aim is for Nigeria to benefit from Dizzani's trial, especially the recovery of all assets linked to funds looted in Nigeria, noting that the EFCC has sufficient evidence against Dizzani, including a court order on the former minister's $2.5 million homes and cars. The National Crime Agency alleged that Dizzani could have received a benefit worth of at least £100,000, including cash, chauffeured cars, private jet flights, luxury family vacations, and multiple London properties. And the family of Ms. Namitra Bwala, student of Lead British International School, Gwarinpa, Abuja, has instituted a civil suit against the school. This follows the viral video released on the internet a few weeks ago where Ms. Bwala was seen being bullied by her fellow students. The family is also seeking the sum of 500 million naira, a public apology in 2 national dailies, as general damages for failing in its obligation to provide a safe and conducive learning environment for their daughter. The lawsuit, which was filed at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja, states that the school's failure to prevent the assault, inform her parents immediately and carry out an investigation until the video became viral on social media while she was under the supervision of the school amounts to negligence. They hope that the lawsuit will bring about drastic changes and adequate measures to prevent a reoccurrence of similar issues in the school. Meanwhile, the national leadership of the National Association of Nigerian Students, NAN, has called for an end to the strike action by a section of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, University of Abuja branch. A statement on Monday by Comrade Lucky Enonefe, National President of NANS, urged the striking lecturers to see reasons and resume work immediately. And Nefer said it is saddening that ASU always ignores the interests and plight of the Nigerian students and parents before opting for their actions. The NANS president commended lecturers who are members of the National Association of Medical and Dental Academics, NAMDA, and the Congress of Nigerian Universities Academics, CONWA, for rejecting the strike. He also commended the House of Representatives Committee on University Education for the prompt intervention in the matter and their call on the striking lecturers to return to work. The NANS president noted that NANS will support the federal government and the University of Abuja management to take appropriate steps and measures to bring the infamous strike to an end. Governor Umar Namadi of Jigawa State has pledged his support for the construction of Jamaatul Izalatul Bid'ah wa Iqamatus Sunnah Chibwis University in Hadejia. The governor's commitment came in response to Jibwis' appeal for assistance in developing road infrastructure around the university premises. A delegation from Jibwis, led by National Secretary Sheikh Muhammad Kabiru Haruna Gombe, emphasized that the establishment of the university was a strategic move to enhance access to tertiary education in the state. He commended Governor Namadi's dedication to the welfare of his constituents, expressing confidence in the state's progress under his leadership.
The university attain a certain level where we are expecting the NUC to come in order to supervise the university so that they can give us license for the university to take off. And there is part of the requirements of NUC, there must be access road in the university. And as we all know, constructing access road is not an easy. It is something that individual cannot do it. That is why we appeal to the governor in order to rescue the situation.
You're still watching the news updates on Trust Television. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at Maiduguri residents voicing concerns over soaring prices of house rents. Details of this story and more after the short break. Do join us again. You're welcome back. You're still watching the news updates on Trust Television. In case you're just joining, let's take a look at some of our top stories again. We told you earlier that terrorists kill soldier, abduct stepmother in Kaduna. And the Tinubu presides over FEC meeting, swears in 2 national population commissioners. Moving on, as the committee set up by the Kaduna State House of Assembly to investigate the 8-year tenure of the former governor of the state, Nasir El-Rufai, set to submit its report, residents and other stakeholders in the state have continued to express divergent views over the issue, with the hope that the state legislature can sustain the momentum and unravel the truth. Trust TV's Bello Musa has more in this report.
Kaduna State House of Assembly ad hoc committee set up to investigate financial transactions, including loans and contracts undertaken by the Kaduna State government under Governor Nasir El-Rufai, has begun an investigation. The governor had revealed that after deductions for loan servicing, the state is left with amounts not enough to pay salary. The governor set up the committee to investigate huge debt inherited from his predecessor. The chairman of the committee said those summoned include former commissioners and administrators. Some major stakeholders say the probe of the past administration did not come to them as a surprise.
Because a lot of people are saying it's too early for this kind of disagreement to become public. But for so many of us who have been watching closely over the way and manner Governor Nasiru El-Rufai conducted the affairs of his administration, we know it left a lot to be desired. And then we also argue then that anybody that took over from Nasiru El-Rufai with the debt profile and a lot of things that were done is going to face peculiar tax.
For the assembly to say that they have really set a committee, they are never experts, because in investigating some of these things that happen in states like this, you need experts to look at it. You need people that will be able to probe. All the commissioners of Nasiru El-Rufai, it's not Nasiru that will be checked. Because if you really want to respect the office and the sanctity of the office of the governor, you invite all his lieutenants.
Will he be able to sustain the war? That's what I'm saying. Can he sustain the fight? You see, as an executive governor, there's nothing he won't do to either embarrass Mara Nasiru El-Rufai or stood his ground, ensure that financial probity is brought to the state.
Do you think embarrassing Mara El-Rufai is the right thing?
Whatever has been done has been an embarrassment. For him to even begin to initiate what we're now seeing today, as far as people are concerned, he has embarrassed Mara Nasiru El-Rufai. But that embarrassment, on behalf of this, if he's doing that on behalf of the state, people are clapping for him to be able to sustain whatever he's doing now, just so that at the end of the day, justice could be done, so that if there is anything that could come over to, can also come back to the state. Then, if you talk of the legislators, how well are they prepared to probe those activities the governor has alleged? That is where the issue is. For me, in the last 8 years, this same legislature.
They are calling on the Kaduna State House of Assembly to do a thorough job so that the people of the state and indeed Nigerians will know the truth and help the state move forward. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
And away from Kaduna, residents of Maiduguri have expressed frustration over the steep rise in house rent prices, attributing the phenomenon to inflation and fluctuations in the dollar exchange rate. Dealers of building materials corroborate these concerns, citing reduced patronage from both estate developers and individuals within the metropolis. Trust TV's Beatrice Kurutsi has more on this.
Maiduguri, a prominent city in Nigeria's northeast region, grapples with a surge in rent prices driven by escalating cost of construction materials in recent months. Mohammed Najib, a building materials supplier, highlights the drastic price increases. Blocks that once sold for 300 naira now command 500 naira, while roads exceed 3,000 naira and a bag of cement fetches 7,800 naira. Najib laments the downturn in business compared to previous years, attributing it to reduced demand from companies and estate developers due to the inflated prices of construction materials.
Even we business men, we are suffering due to the condition. So there is scarcity of customer and scarcity of products itself. Can say it is the positive agent of this condition that we found ourselves. I can say it is petroleum price and dollar exchange rate, because the more dollar exchange rate ascending to high, the more our product will increase the price. The lower the dollar rate exchange rate, the lower the price.
Penti kuma na oil yanzu ana sayar ko litan 13,500, amma kwanaki baya bai kai haka ba, to yanzu kayakin yanzu.
A 4 liter of paint is 13,400 naira, while a bundle of zinc is 65,000 naira. Back then it was over 80,000 naira. The prices increased because of the high cost of gas. The construction companies rely on gas for production. I don't get patronized like before. Sometimes I hardly sell 5 bags of cement in a day. If the government can intervene by reducing tax, it will make goods much more affordable. Concerned residents of Maiduguri voiced their distress over the escalating house rents in the metropolis, emphasizing the urgent need for government intervention to address the affordability crisis. Things are expensive and we find it difficult to pay. I have a family with children. Before now, I pay 40,000 naira for rent, but now it's 80,000 naira. So you see, government needs to do something about the difficult situation we find ourselves in today.
Before, like 60, 70 to 80, but now it's 170. If you no pay it, ma just come out for the house. Even some glove wiring for house, if he scatter them, the landlord for the house, she's supposed to repair them, but she'll never repair. Now you go repair with your money. Put committee for any market to look the price of material, price of food, so that we are making the thing very low.
Amidst the current challenges, residents express optimism for an improved economy that would lead to a reduction in prices of goods and services, ultimately easing the burden of daily life. Beatrice Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
And in business, Nigeria's revenue from the manufacturing export sector has plunged by 166% to 778.4 billion naira from the 2 trillion naira height reached in 2019. A newly published report, Africa Polls, by the World Bank obtained said that the trend since 2019 has been downwards, recording a significant decline to 960.7 billion naira, attributed to COVID-19 in 2020, while a minor recovery was recorded in 2021 at 1.15 trillion naira. However, in 2022, a huge drop to 781.1 billion naira was recorded, and another significant drop to 778.4 billion naira was recorded in 2023. According to the report, the cost of trade in Nigeria and Ethiopia is 4 to 5 times higher than what is obtained in the United States due to insecurity, higher transportation costs, topography, and poor road infrastructure. Manufacturers and operators in the export ecosystem have lamented that the harsh business environment in the country is making local products uncompetitive globally. And away from Nigeria, search and rescue crews were still working at the site of the disaster a week after a building collapsed in the city of George in Western Cape Province. On Monday, municipal authorities said that the fatalities had topped 23. An investigation to establish the cause of the collapse is ongoing, and on Saturday, a man was pulled from underneath the rubble 116 hours after the accident. The building, whose construction was approved last July, was meant to be a 42-unit apartment block. Around 75 construction workers are believed to have been on site at the time of the accident, and 15 people remain hospitalized and many are still missing. There have been allegations that most of the crew were foreign nationals. And that brings us to the end of the news at this hour. For more, follow us across all of our social media platforms. I am Martia Umar. On behalf of the news crew, I'd like to say thank you for watching and stay tuned.